Welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
It's episode 315, and we are once again on a early Sunday. We are wild across the map on Sundays.
Morning, afternoon, evening, sometimes not even a Sunday. Yeah.
It's not even a Sunday. We're all over the map. I'm going to let Diana tell you guys what we're going to cover this week, and I'm going to go back to crocheting because I keep talking to Diana. I'm going to keep bugging her about her upcoming travel. Which I'm sure she doesn't want me to do right now.
I don't want to get up at 4 a.m. to go to the airport.
Even I don't want to get up at 4 a.m. to go to the airport.
I don't think anybody wants to get up at 4 a.m. Okay, this week we've got What's in Our Cup, Woolly Workings, and Wool Gathering. Yes. Will it be short? Who knows?
Who knows? Stay tuned. I can't get your conspiracy theory out of my head. I want that to be so true. I really want it to be true.
I want it to be true.
I want it to be true so bad. Okay.
The Critical Role conspiracy theory, just for the record.
Yes.
For those playing along at home.
Those playing along at home. It's such a good one. All right. It is early-ish on a Sunday, and I have gaming plans this evening. So for the moment, just drinking a ye old classic gingy pop because I will be full of tea and food later. Literally, I started dough because I have a Dutch oven now. So I'm going to make that artisanal loaf you make in a Dutch oven.
Yes, I've been making those. It's good.
I have I bought enough tomatoes and basil, and I have garlic, and I have the other and onions and stuff, and I'm going to make some roasted tomato soup to go with the fresh loaf of bread for supper tonight.
That's going to be so good.
Yes, I'm very excited. Now that I've talked about my dinner plans
tonight.
Well, yeah, but you guys are looking to travel next week, so like.
Yeah, we're cleaning out the fridge tonight is what we're doing.
Which, that's just what you do.
Since it is a weekend, I have put some Jamaica rum cream into my morning cup of coffee. I think it's Kicking Horse coffee today. Ooh. It's the backup bag of beans from when we don't have our local roaster beans, because we would get our next delivery this week when we're away. So we have backup beans.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yep. So, boozy coffee on a Sunday morning, why not?
Fairly common thing, really.
Honestly, there's not that much booze. It's mostly because I used the last of the milk yesterday. It's like a creamer.
I used to do it when I lived with my uncle in Grand Prairie. We would get up Sunday morning. We'd have our adult coffees by 7:30ish. That's sleeping in. Then we would go for brunch, and then we'd go grocery shopping.
Sounds like a good Sunday.
It was a good way to do Sundays. When I had Sundays off, I worked a lot of Sundays, so some Sundays I was having my adult coffee and then going to work. It's fine.
I feel like you're not really supposed to do that. But I guess as long as nobody knows.
I don't know so much that, but I would have had to have had a lot of adult beverage in that coffee.
Yeah.
And that's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much. You just need like a splash of Bailey's Irish Cream in a coffee.
Yeah.
And that's no different than having a souped up coffee while you're out on lunch. Or a dessert coffee after dinner when you're out in the evening.
Yeah, but it's not even that. Yeah. If it's the coffee that I have, it's not even that alcoholic.
Yeah.
I think I maybe had half a shot.
If it's not enough for you to blow over when driving, you're fine.
I sincerely doubt it.
So, it was fun. All right, well, I'm crocheting. So what did you...
Well, you seem to have pulled out one more project than I have, so I believe you get to start.
Because I really seriously want to get some progress done on things. And I had one of those weeks where I looked up on Friday and went, there's been a lot of stuff I can't talk about yet, because It's not time yet. There's been secret crafting going on. I don't know what my cat's
Gosh
doing,
darn
but she's
secret
making
crafting.
noise.
Oh no, she's getting in trouble.
Somewhere.
She knows you're trapped at the computer and can't do anything about it.
Stressing me out. I do have some cool trends. I went to D&D last night, so
Ooh.
I wore my Moonbound cardigan, my Find Your Fade, which is like my go-tos. And then the fingerless mittens that also made me.
Nice.
Very exciting. But other than
We've been
that,
having summer this week, so I haven't been wearing much wool.
that's okay.
I have been wearing all of my shorty socks that I believe Rachel sent me.
Ooh,
But that is the closest I've been wearing to wool because it's just highs of 27 is a bit toasty.
it is a bit toasty. Oh, don't worry about packing a sort of heavy-ish sweater because I'm giving you the Easy V.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is a good reminder because I had definitely forgotten that.
It just occurred to me that you said you hadn't packed yet. My brain went, wait a minute. Remind Diana, she doesn't actually have to pack a bulkier sweater for a layering piece because she's getting one when she gets here.
Perfect. I will pack a thinner layering piece to get to the airport.
Because I absolutely start to melt within 10 minutes of putting it on. So it's not going to work for me.
Perfect. I will be the right temperature then.
Yep, you're not wrong. I have more projects than you do. So we had Eden in on Saturday, and I didn't want to work on any of the projects that I had in here. All the
As you
HR
do.
members got to watch me wander around and partially sort and clean my, my knitting space because I was looking for something to work on.
How many projects do you have on the go and none of them were the right thing?
None of them were the right thing. A fair number. We've got a updated State of the Whip live coming out next month for everybody. That yeah, there's been some changes. It's fine. Changes. It's fine. I finally went
Sorry.
and found my stack of crochet squares, my stack of granny crochet squares, that I wanted to turn into a cover for my coffee table. So I'm going to connect these squares with a solid color cotton. So these are literally Karen cotton cakes. See some of the ones I've already made a stack.
It's a
So
fair
like
few.
these are the ones I've already made beforehand, but I'm literally just going through the Karen cake colors and I'm going to make a whole bunch of squares. And then I'm going to lay the squares out so they make a pretty pattern. So I'll make a nice flow chart. And then I'm going to put a solid color between each of the squares and connect them that way.
Okay.
So there'll be a solid color cotton in between each of the cotton carrot cake colorways. So step one, make a metric boatload of squares because I need 7 stacks of 11. This is not 7 stacks of 11.
No, that is distinctly less than that number.
So I'm just going to keep making squares till I've gone through at least another giant cotton Karen cake, and then I'll count because there's no point in getting excited till I've gotten through 2 cakes and then see where I am from there. I think I need 4 all told, but we'll find out. So while we record, I am doing a super exciting. I know how do you handle it, uh, Granny Square. I want to be using my 2-piece hooking crochet hook, but I have definitely injured my fingers, so I can't crochet or knit with my usual movement because I've pulled the muscles in these 2 fingers here, so that it hurts quite badly. So I've had to adjust, and the adjustment makes it difficult to use the ergonomic hook because I'm holding my hook funny. Don't hold your hook funny. If you injure your hand, just stop crafting. Do as I say, not
Do
as
as
I
you
do.
say, not as I do.
Yeah,
As you sit here with an injured hand crafting.
yeah. Don't do what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's because I have to put the weight on my index finger right now instead of the forefingers, I'm literally crocheting right at the top where the hook is, so that I can rest the weight of the hook on my pinky finger and use my index finger, and my two middle fingers aren't doing anything other than just chilling, rather
Okay.
than being farther back on the hook and using your whole hand like you're supposed to. Basically,
Okay.
just putting the wear and stress on somewhere different. So rather than the flick wrist motion where you're running, because like this motion really freaking hurts. I don't want to
Well,
do
don't
it
do
anymore.
that.
But if I hold it so the weight's on my pinky and I'm using my index finger, it's less stable. So like I have to be right at the top end of the hook. Like I can't have the proper hook
Mm.
depth to do it. So it makes the tubies hooking hook awkward because my pinky doesn't want to sit that far away from my palm. It's
Okay. I suppose that makes sense.
I can just imagine people trying to mimic what I'm doing. Guys, it's awkward. Don't do it. Just take a break.
Uh-huh.
I do these things
As
to
you sit there
myself.
not taking a break.
Yep,
Well, obligatory finger wag from the whole
absolutely.
internet.
I expected it. It's not going to stop me. But
I'm aware of that, so I'm just not even gonna try.
well, at least I'm not being left to my own devices all day because I've got gaming later today, and I will not be allowed to craft while gaming because I'm playing a new game, so I have to pay attention to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So you're up.
Suppose
I
it's
only
my turn
have
to talk about a thing.
yeah. You've got two. I've got three. Here goes.
All right. Well, as you've seen in the thumbnail, I finally started the socks for my dad.
Was that what you had over your eyeballs? I had no idea
Yes.
what was over your eyeballs.
Oh, it was my sock toes.
Okay.
So I finished the toes. Oh, let's focus on the toes. There we go. I've finished the toes, and I have got about, I don't know, a centimeter or so on the foot.
Okay.
So I'm doing these two at a time, which makes everything take just a little bit longer,
It
it seems like, but
does.
I'm gonna have two socks when I'm done. So that's great.
There's a trade-off for two at a time, and that's that you never have to cast on the second sock.
This is true. There is no second sockitis, as my scrappy, stripy, striping socks are currently experiencing.
Okay.
The Progress
It's
Keeper, I don't think is any kind of accurate from where I was last week. I feel like I had just barely cast on the toes last week. I don't remember. The Progress Keeper in this case is just marking what the front of my sock is, so I can keep track.
yeah, that's normal.
What else? What else? Oh, colorway. So this is part of the Star Trek Sock Club from Fireweed Fiber Co. This is the It's Been a Long Road, so the Enterprise blue
Yep.
with a contrasting green. So I'm going to do, since I did my experiments with just how far a 20-gram mini goes on 72 stitch socks, with Mr. Diana's Red Wing Blackbird socks. What I'm going to do for these is contrast toes and heels, and then for the cuff, I'm going to do like 4 or 6 rounds of the body color, or like the main color,
Okay.
because I had lots of that left over. So I'm going to do a few rounds of the main color and then stripe in however much of the contrast is left for the cuff, and then finish off with the main color. So everything's the same. And it contains the contrast color, even though it is not entirely a contrast, and everything will be nice and symmetrical, and it'll be beautiful.
Okay. It sounds fine to me.
I did not describe the blue adequately though for audio listeners. This blue, it's a variegated blue, and it's mostly like, gosh, like a medium blue, but it's got flecks of like a dark navy blue, and it even goes up into like a periwinkle, but it's mostly sort of like a medium skyish blue.
Yeah, that works. I
And then
mean,
the green is like a nice foresty green.
to be fair, I did describe the cotton carrot cakes, guys. They're a wild cacophony of colors because they're
You
not all
can
the
see
same
kind of the
cake.
colors better this way.
Yes, you can see the colors better that way.
It's so pretty. I'm so happy with how it's knitting up. This would look
Good.
really great with a textured stitch, I think. I'm not going to do that. These are vanilla socks. But this yarn would look really great with a textured stitch.
Which is good.
So these are boring vanilla socks, wedge toe. I think I'm going to do the fish lips kiss heel
Yeah.
for these ones because I found the foot form, my dad's foot form that I made. I don't know where anybody else's is because I definitely made like 3 of these. I can only know where my dad's is. But the pattern instructions in the fish lips kiss heel instruct you on how to make these things. But the idea is that you start at the toe and you knit the toe up until you get to the first dotted line at the toes, which happens to be exactly 72 stitches, and then you knit the body of the foot up to the second dotted line, and then you do your fish lips kiss heel, and you'll end up with a perfectly fitted sock.
Looks good.
I have made socks with this foot form before and they work, so can
Excellent.
confirm it works.
You haven't done a fish lips kiss heel in ages. It'll be nice to do a heel, you know.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
been a while.
It's been a while.
So that uh-huh.
You
So
do it to me.
This project, I know I do. So this project will be coming with me on the trip because it'll be good airplane knitting.
Oh, yes.
Good visiting knitting because I'll be doing lots of visiting because I'm taking the week off. I have a week off so that I can visit with everybody.
We might be slightly excited about this, guys.
I'm so excited because I've been doing working holidays when I come visit,
Yes.
which is like, it's okay because most of the people I'm trying to visit also are working, so they're not free until the evening anyway.
Yeah.
But like trying to work in an unfamiliar space, having just had to get up early and do all the travel nonsense, and it's flare, so it's probably delayed, or sometimes it's just full on canceled, and all that stress, and then you still have to work, and let's just not do that. Bless you.
You do. I was trying not to sneeze while you were talking. Did not work.
Fine. It's fine. So yeah, not working. Just visiting.
But let's stay on the crochet trend. I have 2 completed front panels for my everyday
Ooh.
cardigan. 2 of them. Ta-da. I have the sleeves 3/4 done because I'm not exactly sure how far down the drop shoulder is going to go.
Mhm.
And I am just working on the last, brown sectioned color stripe on the back. Then I am ready to take up the next color in my color rotation. This one in the songbirds colorway on this DK tweed from Aaron of Fiery Fabrico. And that songbird colorway is going to be my bridge color from my front to my back panels. So I just need to do 1 inch on the front and 1 inch on the back. So I want to do the inch on the back panel. So when I do the last row on my front panel, I can crochet it together as I go.
That makes sense.
So the front panels are prepped and ready to go. I'm just working on the last brown section. I got like 2 more rows of brown in the back panel. And then once it's assembled-ish, once I've got shoulder seams, I can put it on me and then I'll know how long I have to keep making the sleeves.
Right.
Since this is flat, so the next step once the shoulders are seamed is to lay it out flat and seam your sleeves together from one side to the other across the top part of the arm. Then you essentially fold the cardigan down and do the long seam from your wrist to your hem so that you get maximum movement. So I am very close to being at the neckband, and the neckband is the last step, and it's a pick up as you go neckband. I thought you might appreciate. So I will be working the neckband and attaching it at the same time.
Nice.
Should be good. So I am making progress. Not as much as I wanted to. I got distracted this week. So it's fine. It happens. It's not the end of the world. I had to finish that anime show I was watching, which I
It
did,
sounds ridiculous.
and ooh, oh, oh, hearts.
What
Five
was
out
the
of
name of
five
it again? It
stars.
was
Love is War is the English wording for it.
right. Love is War.
Yeah. So, and I watched a anime movie called uh, Josie the Tiger and the Fish. Oh,
Okay.
oh, stupidly heartwarming and romantic. Stupid. I just, so good. So good for entirely different reasons.
Okay.
Entirely different reasons. So you gotta be
I'm
in
gonna
the
have to get a list of anime recommendations for me because I'm not gonna remember these.
right frame of mind. Well, because there's certain things for like certain times. So like Love is War is when you need that school teenage drama angst. It's just you also get the narrator voice, which is technically, what you would be doing at the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it fills a different need than the heartwarming romance story that's a slice of life that deals with one disabled partner and one non-disabled partner and the issues that they have to deal with to get to being a couple.
Oh, that
Totally
does sound
different vibes.
absolutely wholesome and
Totally.
heartwarming.
Oh my god. It's so good. So good. But they're so good on hugely different reasons. Hugely different reasons. But oh yeah, the narrator in Love is Worse. He's life. Just yeah, I'm here for it. So good. So good. Okay, so my distraction aside, that is, I didn't make a ton of progress. I think I ended up doing like 3 or 4 stripe colors on my 2 front panels and on my back panel. Like that's all I've managed on that this week. Super
But they're
distracted
done
this week.
basically. So like that's a body of a sweater.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, in 2 weeks, give or take, yeah.
So like that's not bad.
No, as good as I can progress wise. No, no, no. Still good progress. Oh yeah, yeah. The progress is still fun. The progress is still fun. So that's it for that one. So we're back to you because I only have one more thing after this.
All right. Well, for the last thing that I can talk about this week, reach around the microphone. Here we go.
Ooh.
So I did, in fact, weigh my yarn last week after working on the Spring Valley Bando for
Okay.
our spring equinox knit with us.
Yep.
And I was, in fact, just over halfway done. So I am now even more over halfway done.
Excellent. That digital scale man is handy.
It really is. Let's not pull out all my stitches. How about?
How about
Let me
no?
just. How about no? Let me pull out a bigger loopy while I talk about this. There we go. So this is the Spring Valley Bando by, as I have the pattern right
Naughty
here.
Bits?
What is her name? Knits and Knots.
Knits and
Janine
Knots?
Miska.
Okay.
Anyway, knitsandknots.ca is her website. It's a free pattern, Spring Valley Bando. You knit a giant rectangle and then you sew it together to make a tube, and then you weave in some yarn in a U shape and pull it tight to get like some ruching, and then it just looks cute. So it'd be like kind of like that, if we can imagine that. It's so bright, it's so rainbow, it's gonna be so great for Pride.
That bloody colorway so much. So much.
So this yarn is Electric Zebra by Ginger Snap That. And it's neon rainbow. It glows like nobody's business under black light.
Do the black parts glow under black light?
No, so it's not glow in the dark, it's like UV reactive.
Okay.
So it's got some parts where the colors are marled with black, so it like tones it down just very, very slightly. But the rest of it just fluoresces like you would not believe. So this is going to be a great thing to wear to Pride.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so sad this project is not coming with me next week, but I'm only bringing a carry-on and a backpack, so I have to be very judicious about what things I bring. So
Yes.
sadly, this project will not be coming with me next week.
Ooh.
Sad. But like, I don't have very much left. Like, I can't take it out of the ball cozy anymore because it'll just turn into yarn barf.
Yeah, it's stuck in there now.
Yeah, it was very squishy. But I'm like, coming up on probably about 2/3 done.
Good.
I'm not sure yet if I will need to break into the black to make it wider. We'll have to see. I'm not sure how wide this is going to be with a single 100-gram skein of fingering weight. So I may want to do a few more rows of black just to make it a little bit longer and a little bit less. What's the word I'm looking for? Dangerous to wear.
You want a
A little
touch
more
less
coverage.
exposure. You want a little
Yeah,
less
yeah.
exposure.
Yeah, a little more security.
Yeah.
There,
But
I think
that's
that's what
okay.
I'm looking for.
Because you could add the black stripe, like you could add a black stripe to the top and the bottom to give you that
Yeah.
extra width if you need it. That'll look great.
I
Because
was
it'll
thinking just
frame
on
in
the
those
top, honestly, like
colors.
3 or 4 rows on the top, just as like I feel like that could look really cool,
That would
just as
also
like an
look good.
outline.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing this with my 2-piece hooking hook. Focus on. There we go.
You can hold your crochet hook properly right now.
3.5 mil is this one. And it's got a little ghosty on it. It's got the little Pac-Man ghosty. Hee. Yes, I think that's everything I needed to say about this one.
Okay.
It's bright and beautiful and I love it, and it's not coming with me and I'm sad. If I magically have more room, maybe it'll come. No, I have too much to work on. I have too much to work on. It can't come with me. I'm sorry, Spring Valley Bando, you are beautiful, but you cannot come with me this week. You're not going to fit.
Yeah, you'd have to drop a project.
Yeah, I can bring that one, or I can bring the socks.
Probably best to bring the socks.
Definitely best to bring the socks. The socks are one that I can, because they're roundy. I don't have to look at it knitting, whereas the crochet I still have to look at just a little bit.
Oh no, I was more
Also,
thinking you would want to explain a bandeau to your mother.
I hadn't considered that aspect.
That's
I was
where my
more
brain
thinking
went.
just in like, if I'm going out hanging out with people that are not crafters, they don't necessarily want like a neon rainbow at the table with us, but they're probably not even going to notice some like chill blue and green in my lap. Can't help you.
It fell down. Yoink. See what's in my background? Do you see what's sitting there in the corner? Is your homework,
I do see
ma'am.
what's sitting.
That's your homework.
Yes.
You get here on Sunday, you're grounded until you tell me where you are in the pattern for that so I can work on it.
Let me make sure I have that pattern in. No, I don't. Okay, I have to make sure that my pattern notes get from my old phone to my new phone. I put my old phone on top of my new phone.
We gotta need those.
Yeah.
I think I did like 7 or 8 rounds on my sock at D&D last night, but you know what? It counts. So I was too busy laughing, okay, guys? I was too busy laughing. I did just a wee touch of rose on my Sweet Romance socks. This Sweet Romance colorway is from Erin of Fire Red Fabric Co. We have a discount coupon you guys can use for her stuff. It's Northern Knits 10. And you too could have this. Oh god, see, like that motion just hurts my hands so bad. Okay.
Well, don't do that.
You get this lovely. Technically, it's a Valentine's like colorway theme sort of idea, but like I'm gonna call it what it is. It's an adult saturated kind of romancy pink, rather than sort of
Adult
like
pink.
a bubblegum pink. There's nothing wrong with bubblegum pinks. They're just not my kind of pink. This isn't my kind of pink. So, not a ton of progress since I only worked on it during D&D, and I absolutely was too busy laughing really hard and causing the DM consternation, like a good character player should, and not going in the direction
I
the
mean,
DM
have you
expects
really
you to.
won the session if you haven't consternated your DM?
I mean, I don't think so.
If you don't blue screen your DM at least once, are you really even winning?
You're not. And I have DM'd, so I understand the sort of hate that goes into this. DMs also build things just to see if you can break them. Like, there's no way. And then you manage to do it. And as a DM, you're just like, I'm both so proud of you, and I want to throw this book at you at the same time. So it's perfect. That's my last project for the week. So not a ton of things, but even better, still over half of my projects are Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co yarn. Guys, I might really like her yarn. Oh, my nose.
Suppose that brings us to wool gathering.
Yes, your word for the day, if you're ready for it.
Let's have it.
Slush.
Slush. Slush. All right. If for some reason you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, talking about a great many things.
Hey,
like what
I
we're starting
even
and finishing.
posted a GIF.
You did. I was surprised, but it was a great GIF.
Given the content of the message that went with the GIF was required.
It was like the Huffy Jigglypuff one about, yeah.
I was so grumpy. Guys, I broke a teacup this morning, guys. I broke my there's always time for tea mug.
No.
So I was very irritated at myself this morning. And you had to post
There's no more time for tea.
There's no more time for tea. I broke the mug. That's
Oh,
it.
no.
We're out. There's no more time, guys. It's because I did it to myself because I put it too close to the edge of the countertop for my functionality. So no one to blame but myself. Startled the snot out of my cat. Hot tea all over my foot. Broken mug all over my living room, my kitchen. It's been a morning.
Oh, that's rough.
It's not fun. It's not fun. Might be the other reason I'm drinking ginger ale because I'm still kind of grumpy about it.
Just can't even make more tea right now.
Yeah, I can't. I'm so grumpy. I have no one to blame myself about it. But yeah, so no, I absolutely posted in Discord about it. It can be basic life stuff, guys. It was also super welcome in that thread.
I suppose sometimes we might also scream into the void about the slushy weather.
True. If slushy weather is the thing that drives you up the wall, that is the place to put it.
Does that count as slush? Slushy?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. What else do we need to say? The Patreon e-knit-in that we do once a month on Zoom.
Yeah, we just did.
We just did that this weekend, but our next one will be on Saturday, May the 20th.
Yep.
At noon Manitoba time.
Lovely.
Yeah, I think that's all the Patreon stuff.
Excellent. As always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you can't financially support us, liking, commenting, subscribing, and interacting with us on other social media platforms is a great way to show us what you're working on and help enable us into additional projects like the new sweater coming out at the end of the month.
Which new sweater coming out at the end of the month?
Dragon Horde Designs new sweater.
Oh,
with the
that
lace
one.
down the sleeve.
Yes. Did you see that Rachel is test knitting that one?
I saw it. It's really freaking gorgeous. Jocelyn super needs one. Because of course I does.
Yeah, I want it too. We talked about a lot of sweaters yesterday, so I'm like, which one was the one coming out at the end of the month? Because we talked about a lot of very pretty sweaters yesterday.
We certainly did. So, there's that.
Of course, I want to cast on more sweaters.
Of course. We need to get some done.
I do not need this.
We both need to get some done.
I know.
We're not alone in this. You're not alone in this. All right.
I gotta finish all my sweaters before it gets hot again, because it's gonna get cold again. Well, cold, relative terms. Colder than summer. So I have like a limited amount of time to finish everything before it gets hot again.
Before you know it. All right. I think what else do we get? Ooh, I'm doing a check-in with Louise actually tomorrow from your guys' perspective this Thursday. It'll be the mid-month motivation. So we'll sit down and a chatty chat about what we're working on and what everybody else is working on. And then I think that and we've got whip sprints. Not this coming Saturday, like not the yes, not this coming Saturday, because this coming Saturday you're at a wedding. But the
Yes.
Saturday after, so the last Saturday of the month, we'll be doing some whip sprints here on YouTube.
All right.
But I think that's it. I think we've done all the news stuff.
I think that is it.
Sweet.
It's all on my show notes.
Excellent. In which case, I'm going to say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.